Welcome back to another episode of GasDiesel Garage, y'all. Today is a Honda day, and we got problems with the power steering. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to fix that power steering pump and do it easily and quickly in your driveway. So stay tuned. All right, let's go take a look at this thing. Wore my flash shirt because that's how fast we're gonna get this thing done, in a flash. Okay guys, I know that sounded a little corny, but it was just fitting because this is gonna go pretty quickly. But anyways, this is the Honda Accord we're working on, and the customer states that the power steering keeps going in and out. So let's see if we can reproduce the problem. All right. Start this thing up. Well, yeah, it's a little bit tough. See if I give it some gas, see if it'll get a little easier. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. It does get a little bit easier when you pick up the RPMs when you step on the pedal. So that leads to me to believe that power steering pump is going out. But let's go and inspect the power steering pump too. Well, we gotta start this thing. Okay. All right. Now, while it's running, we need to check the power steering reservoir to see if there's any movement or fluid flow. So there's the power steering pump right there. It's not whining, which is a good thing. Here's the power steering fluid reservoir. Let's see if it's moving any fluid. I don't see anything moving in there. Well, if the fluid's not moving and your steering's hard, go ahead and replace that power steering pump, which we're going to do next. Okay, now, you see how tight of a space that is? Well, we're going to free up some space here. We're going to take the power steering pump reservoir, we're going to slide it up out of the way and stuff it down through here, which I will do right now. See, slides right out of the way. Okay, then we're going to take our 14 and pull the wrench towards you to release the tension so we can take the belt off. There we go. And now this is how easy this power steering pump is to pull off. You take that clamp out, pull the hose out, actually cap it so you can save some of the fluid. And then you're going to take those two 10mm bolts out, which is the high pressure hose. You're going to take that off. And then there's two little 12mm bolts holding this whole thing on, which is right there. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's one that sits right under the pump, right through here. But you'll see me take it off. I'm going to go ahead and just take it all off. How easy was that getting out? Just 2 bolts, a hose clamp, and 2 10mm bolts, and remove the belt, pops right out. But we got one other issue that we got to do. We have to take that pulley off, because that pulley does not come on the new one. So take your 19mm. If you don't have power, you can get it with a you know, brute strength. It's gonna be a little harder, but you can. And just pull it off like that. Should slide right off. Thank God Honda did this, because there's some power steering pumps where you actually have to have a special puller to pull the thing out. But thank God it only is held on by a spline and a nut. And hey, my part just arrived. Right there. Amazon. Now it's time for the new one. And yes, I said earlier, parts in from Amazon. And the reason why I order from Amazon is because, number one, it's brand new and it's only 60 bucks. I mean, brand new, right out the box. Link in the description below on how to get one. I'll hook you right on up. 60 bucks. At the dealer, you'd probably find this thing probably about probably $200–300. There we go. All we gotta do is transfer the pulley like that. Well, a little bit of encouragement, it'll go on. And if you'd like to see how a power steering pump is actually made, there you go, right there. It shows you a whole diagram on where all the seals are and everything else. All right, now it's time to reinstall this stuff. Now guys, when you put the high pressure hose on, make sure you replace that little O-ring right there, because if you pinch it or break it, it's gonna suck, because you never know if you pulled it out and, like I said, you either cracked it, pinched it, cut it, doesn't matter, whatever. But just always good practice, put that O-ring in. Now, okay, we got the power steering pump installed. Now it's time to fill that reservoir back up with some clean power steering fluid. Never use the old fluid. Don't catch it in a can, just get rid of it, because that's just stupid putting old fluid in there, putting the dirty stuff that probably caused your problem in the first place. So I highly recommend getting your Honda power steering fluid, the genuine Honda power steering fluid, and I will give you a link in the description below on how to pick you up some. But like I said, only use Honda. Yes, I can't pour for crap. Always get a funnel. Okay, now it's time to bleed the power steering fluid, or system rather, sorry. But anyways, on Hondas, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to put it up in the air with the tires off of the ground and turn it from left to right. Hondas are actually pretty good about bleeding air out of the systems on their own. So just let it run, turn it to the left and right a few times, and just keep your eye on the level, and make sure you keep filling it up, and then you'll be in business and you'll be back on the road. Well, there you go. I just showed you guys how to replace the easiest power steering pump you will ever do. And it only took, in real time, maybe 20 minutes at the most. Something that you can do in your driveway at home if you're inclined. And if you do it in your driveway, remember, you won't get screwed by the dealer. So don't get screwed by the dealer. Do it yourself. And I can tell you, you're probably going to save probably about 350 bucks for doing it yourself in the driveway and not taking it to the dealer. So look in the description below and you'll see there'll be a link to that power steering pump from Amazon. Go ahead and take a look. Just go ahead and look. And then of course order yourself some genuine power steering fluid, because like I said in the video, you don't want to put that old stuff back in, because you might be doing this again in the near future. So with that being said, I will say that this episode of Gas Diesel Garage is a wrap. And if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and I guess we'll see you next time. Peace.